Alright, so today I'm doing a makeup I forgot about / never reached for video. Apparently I have a lot of makeup I forget about because I'm pretty sure this is like the third or fourth of these videos I've done. These are things that are like hidden in the back of my makeup bins and I just totally forget about. I really like doing these videos because it kind of gives you guys a chance to see my thoughts on certain products that maybe I haven't talked about for a really long time, or maybe it's just my second or third time trying them. And almost always, like I think after every one of these videos I've done, there's a couple products that I end up loving and kind of reincorporating back into my routine. They end up being in raves and rejects, or I just end up using them a lot. So it's always good to kind of just shop your stash, find things that you haven't used in a long time. But if you're excited for this video and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so we're gonna start off with primer. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer. I haven't used this primer in a hot minute. I love the packaging, but I don't remember what I think of the actual product. Okay, so it's feeling very soft. It kind of just feels more soft than hydrating. Like it doesn't feel super hydrating if you have dry skin, but it just feels like a kind of soft gel primer. Okay, so foundation that I totally forgot about. I just haven't used in a long time. I used to always use this when I had oily skin. I really liked it. When I had acne, it has good coverage. It's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in the shade 0.5 Breeze. It does have the like giant doe foot applicator. This one I do remember you have to put like a decent amount on to begin with. Well, my throat just made a weird sound. And go in and blend all in one, like don't build it up, just add a lot to start with. When I had oily skin, I used to wear this one a lot because it would cover my acne and it just wore well on my skin. I still get asked all the time about suggestions for Accutane products if you're going on it too. And I have an entire Accutane playlist where I go through my foundation routine while I was on Accutane, what skincare I recommend, how to prep for it, just everything. So I will link that down below if you haven't seen it yet, but there's tons of videos in there and it answers basically every question you could possibly have about the whole Accutane process. Love the coverage. It looks like a satin matte. I can see a bit of a glow, so it looks like satin matte. Love the coverage. The shade actually matches me pretty well now. My skin has darkened in the last couple years a little bit, maybe like half a shade to a shade. Let's see how it covers the redness situation on this side. I flew from JFK to Seattle yesterday and pretty rough flight. Gave myself an Imitrex shot in the bathroom in JFK that did not kick in for the entire flight, and I just had a hot pack on my left side of my face the entire day, so it's looking pretty red today. Ooh, I'm liking this. It definitely feels like makeup is not one of those like your skin kind of foundations. It definitely feels like I'm wearing a full coverage foundation, but sitting on the skin really nicely. This little hair clip thing, by the way, well, other side, is from, I think it's from Pretty Little Thing. So link it down below if they still have it. I've been shopping on there a few times and I really like it. They have some good like cheap, affordable, cute stuff. I'm just gonna take my sponge without anything on it and just smooth over my forehead. It's just my dry LA Girl sponge. Whenever I say dry sponge, it is shocking to people. Trust me, it's shocking to me as well, but this is the only sponge, this LA Girl one, that I like dry. It's just a different texture, so it works better for smoothing everything out. It doesn't like pick up the product or anything, just kind of smooths out the finish. So a while ago I did a $1 Shop Miss A video where I tried out a bunch of their makeup, and there were some major hits from that video, and I want to do another one. So probably another Shop Miss A video will be coming where I test some of their newer dollar launches, but this is their Wonder Cover Concealer. I feel like I remember liking this, I just haven't used it in a long time. So this is in the shade Porcelain. It's their lightest shade, and this is $1. I feel like I remember this drying fairly quickly maybe, so maybe I'll just do that one side first and blend it out with my Morphe E45. Yeah, this is one that does dry quickly. Uh-oh, gotta blend fast with this. It's already drying or dried. Definitely has some coverage. I feel like I got a little bit too much, but dries down very quickly, so definitely do one side at a time with this, but it's brightening nicely. I mean, definitely got full coverage. I'm liking it. Loving the coverage for $1. Looking good so far. We'll see once I set it. Yeah, everything's looking nice so far. So I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD pressed powder. This is the micro finishing translucent powder. So I'm gonna try this for underneath my eyes. I've been loving the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder pressed version for underneath my eyes. I just use a dry sponge and swirl it in the powder and then like press it on and it looks amazing. So I'm gonna try that technique with this guy. I might try the yellow Juno & Co sponge just because I haven't tried this one yet. Okay, feels nice and squishy. Feels like it'll be good for powder, so let's try it out. So I'm just gonna swirl in here. Got the powder and press on like I've been doing and hope it goes well and doesn't lift up a lot of the product. So typically with translucent powders, it will darken my under eyes quite a bit, especially if I use a brush and like lift up the coverage. So I do feel like I need to brush some of that away. It's getting like weirdly patchy and going in my eyeball. I'm just kind of tapping out the excess with the brush. Okay, we'll see if it darkens, but right now, so far so good. Huh, this is weird. In real life, it's looking dark and kind of like yellow even, but I can't see it as much on camera, so we'll see once the rest of my makeup's on. But for my face, I'm going to try the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Cameo. Haven't used this in a while. Totally don't remember what I think of it. First, I'm going to start by setting my cheek area. I don't always love setting my entire face. Kind of just depends on foundation and powder and everything. And the shade situation happening. I feel like because that Clinique one is a little bit on the heavier side, I probably wouldn't set it with a powder, just knowing my skin and how it creases and stuff. But we're just trying products today. Doesn't look bad, but my face definitely looks more makeup-y now. But once I apply setting spray, hopefully it'll kind of bring it back to life a little bit. This is the Monney powder bronzer brush I love. So Ben Nye, where can you get Ben Nye? I can't even remember. Camera Ready Cosmetics for sure, but I can't remember where I used to buy it. So I basically just want to make sure the shades are even across my face. That's why I'm doing this part right now. Ooh, I need some setting spray up in here. All right, let's get some brows on. I'm going to use the Hourglass Arch Brow Pencil. I have a couple shades here, Ash and Dark Brunette. Can't remember which one I am. I haven't used this in, I feel like it's been a few months at least. I just have so many drugstore brow pencils I've been testing lately, and I am going to do a video on my favorites because I've just discovered so many good ones in the last few months. So that's mostly what I've been reaching for. This one is definitely pricier. It's from Hourglass. I need to deepen up that color a little bit, so I might add a little bit of Ash. I just use dark brown. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Bronze Highlight and Bronze Kit. I totally remember when these launched a few years ago, and I just have this like vivid remembering, new word, and like the trios when they launched. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I feel like I remember liking these. I might even mix in a little bit of this one. That looks pretty just for like a natural, kind of more cool tone bronzer. Yeah, that shade is actually looking really nice. I'm going to add in a bit of this one now. This one is really one of the ones that I haven't even like noticed in my bronzer drawer. I did do a bronzer, highlight, blush declutter video a few months ago. And I recently did a lipstick declutter video, if you're into declutters. People are either like really into it or not at all. And it's funny because I like filming them, but I don't necessarily sit through and watch declutter videos personally, but a lot of people love them like hardcore. I could kind of go either way. I'd survive without watching a declutter video, but I also enjoy making them, and it's like therapeutic kind of to film them and actually get rid of shit, so it's a win-win. Just adding a bit of the lighter shade up to my temples. I feel like it's super natural, like that almost doesn't show up, which can be good when you just want a little bit. For blush, I'm going to use Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush in 10 Rosy. I got this when Jessica Braun and I did a video together, and she recommended this one, and I really like this. I just kind of was using it so much that I wanted to kind of give other blushes a chance, so I like put this back in my drawer, and now I want to just use it again and try it in today's video. So it is a very rosy, pretty, just like everyday pink shade. Kind of goes with everything, blends out really nicely. You just can't really go wrong with this one. If you like pink tone blushes, I mean, this one is pretty foolproof. So now let's do highlight. I used to love this thing. I just haven't reached for it in a long time. This is the Nars Capri. This is beautiful. I just have not reached for this and kind of forgot about it for a while. It's like a pinky kind of highlight. I feel like this highlight will go good with my satiny pink kind of shirt. Test, test. I have this sixth sense with mic batteries. I just know when they're gonna die, and I feel it coming with this one, so I keep testing it like every 2 minutes. Every time this has happened in the past, the battery has died like within a day or two of when I feel it coming. I don't know what that says about me. Should I go buy a lottery ticket? I would not want to win the lottery. If you look at studies on people who've won the lottery, it's not something you want to win, actually. If I did win, I would keep a little bit of it, like enough to live comfortably and like give it to my family and stuff, and then donate the rest of it. So it could be good if you know, do it that way, I guess, but I'm so excited for setting spray right now because I'm feeling like a desert. So this one I think I've used one time. Don't remember what I think of it at all. It's the Essence Keep It Perfect Makeup Fixing Spray, and hope that it adds some moisture and glow to my face today. It kept it pretty matte, so that can be nice if you want a setting spray that's not going to alter the finish of the foundation at all. I kind of was hoping for something a little bit more glowy. I'm going to use this for eye primer today. I feel like I'm having trouble with my mouth speaking today. But this is the Wet n Wild Mega Liquid Catsuit Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Camelback. So this you could use just as an all over. I'm just going to kind of use it as a base just to basically cover the freckles and stuff on my eyelid. Comment down below if you have freckles on your eyelid too. I'm confused how they get there because I'm never just like laying out in the sun with my eyes closed ever. I'll like always have a hat over my face or something, so I don't know how those get there. I never lay out in the sun, period. It doesn't typically go well for my skin tone. Someone needs to invent a eye primer with SPF in it, please. I'm going with the Carli Bybel just so excited. Carli Bybel Anastacio palette. I've used this a few times, but I feel like I haven't really played with all of the shades yet. So I kind of wanted to just try out some different ones. I've definitely used the gold and like some of the browns, but I might go in with like this purpley one today. So let's start off with the shade Bybel, which is like a mauve. Put that into the crease. I'm just gonna kind of like diffuse this out. I don't want it to be super dark, but just blending it in. I think I kind of want to do something like soft. Like I don't want to add any blacks or anything today. I just want something kind of springy and pink. I'm going to take Libra on my finger. Oh, that looks so pretty. Have I used this shade? I can't remember. I'm going to take Bali, I think. It's the lightest pink shade. I might wet this one actually. Then I'm going to bring that towards the inner part of my eye and into that other shade. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, that's like exactly what I was going for. Oh my god, that shade. On that same brush, I'm going to take Libra again and just try to kind of melt those together a bit. My brush is still a little bit wet, so it'll kind of just make Libra pop even more. Ooh, that's pretty. Layering Libra on top of Bali almost gives like a pretty glitter kind of effect too. So now I'm going to go in with Boy, which is like the brown shade. I'm just going to deepen it up a tiny bit. Like I said, I want to keep it pretty soft, so I don't want it like super smoky, but just want to add a touch of brown. I'm actually going to go back in with Bybel and kind of blend that out. I want it to be pretty mauve, so I'm just kind of going over that a little bit. So even though Libra is a shimmer, I'm going to take it down to my lower lash line because I want to keep that kind of like purple mauve. I find that usually if you bring a shimmer down here, you can't really tell anyways. Maybe it's just because of the way the light hits like underneath your eye, but it's not super obvious. I'm gonna use one of my favorite eyeliners of all time, the Strip by Nars. It's a silver, but it looks so freaking cool on the waterline. Oh my god. Okay, and then for eyeliner, I have never tried this one. It was in my drawer, just like chilling in the back of my eyeliners, and I've never tried it. I think it is fairly new, like in the last few months maybe. This is the Caridy Millennial Ink Felt Tip Liner. Caridy makes some bomb eyeshadows. I feel like eventually Caridy will probably be in Ulta. Okay, so I personally don't feel like I have enough control with a lot of felt tip liners, and that's how I feel with this one. As you can see, the line is like kind of wonky and it just keeps kind of getting bigger. I feel like I kind of have to wing it now because I created kind of a thick line there. So let's try and hope for the best. It's obviously doable. I personally wouldn't reach for it over some other eyeliners I have. It is black. It's not like the most blackest black, but it's matte. I do want to put on lashes today. I feel like it'll look nice with this kind of like open kind of look. So I want to use the Extension FX by Ardell in D-Curl. So I'm going to try these out, put on some mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, so while the lash glue is drying, I'm going to do my lips. I just put on some of my bottom lash mascara, and I rediscovered these when I did the lip clutter video, so I haven't used them in a long time. And these are the Milani Amore Satin Matte Lip Creams. This one's in the shade 01, and this one's more of a gloss. I'm not sure if I'm going to use both of these, but I'm definitely going to use this one. First, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Iconic Nude, though, just as a lip liner. Shocking. I don't always use a lip liner. I actually usually don't. Just kind of depends on the color I'm going for and if it's a liquid lipstick or what the situation is. My lips are hella dry from traveling. I need to sharpen this. Does anyone else wait till the last possible second to sharpen your lip liners and eyeliners? Okay, so I just kind of brought it in on the corners of my lips. Oops. Just try to do that without a mirror. Good job. Now let's go in with Monney. Oh wow, it smells like grape or like sour gummy worms. I'm gonna let that dry down a bit, and then I think I am gonna go over it with this because I do want it more of like a purple pinky tone rather than a kind of peach like this one is, but it is a pretty color and I like those two layered together, just not with this look. I think that scent is pretty killer. Okay, so this is the final makeup look, but I'm gonna go through some of the hits and misses, just like standout products that I tried. So I'm gonna keep the foundation out on my desk to keep trying. I definitely would need to use this one without a powder, I think, on my skin, just because it is pretty thick to start with, but I love the coverage, like the shade and everything, so I'm definitely gonna keep trying this one now that my skin is different than when I used to use it. I hope they still make this palette, I don't even know if they do, but both the bronzer shades I really liked that I used. I do feel like my under eyes look a bit weirdly like yellow, so I can't tell if it was the concealer shade or if it was the powder on top, but I do want to keep trying this with powder, and I did like it with this Juno Co sponge. We'll try just using my normal concealers with this, and we'll let you guys know how that goes. Highlight, blush, eyeshadow palette. Already knew I liked those. Thoughts haven't changed. I feel like you could go without the Essence setting spray, and then the Caridy liner was kind of like the other flop for me. I just don't see myself using this one ever again. But I think those are kind of the standout products out of everything I tried. Everything I used on my face today will be listed down below in the description box, along with my shirt, earrings, hair clip, nail polish. Everything is always down below in the description box. If you ever have a question about anything in life, it's likely down below. But if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.